All right, let's get right into it. Right now, at this very moment, you're standing at a fork in the road. And this isn't just any decision. This choice is going to define the next 10 years of your life. It's a showdown between two huge competing forces.
So, what are these two forces? Well, on one side, you've got comfort. You know the feeling. It's safety, it's knowing what's coming next, it's that instant gratification. And on the other side, wealth. And I don't just mean a pile of cash. I'm talking about real freedom, total control over your life. Now, here's the catch, the hard truth. You have to pick one. You can't have both.
And this quote right here just nails it. The truth nobody tells you is that both cannot coexist in the same space. Think about that. Comfort and the journey to building real wealth, they just don't mix. To get one, you have to be ready to let go of the other. There's really no gray area here, no middle path.
Okay, so where do we even begin with this? The first step is to completely change how you think about wealth. See, it's not a lottery prize you win or some treasure you stumble upon. Wealth is a consequence. It's the direct result of very specific and, often very difficult choices and actions. And the foundation of it all, it's sacrifice. But hold on, we need to totally redefine that word. When I say sacrifice, I don't mean punishment or loss. Think of it as construction. You're building your future. Every time you say no to something easy right now, you're laying another brick. Every time you resist that urge for instant pleasure, you're taking another step up the ladder.
Now, a quick heads up. What we're about to get into, it's not for everybody. This is the unvarnished truth, the tough path that almost no one wants to walk. But if you're sick of the fluff, tired of the empty promises, and you're genuinely ready for what actually works, then you're in the right place. Let's do this.
So the first battle we have to fight isn't out in the world with competitors or the economy. Nope, the war is internal. It's right between your ears. And the very first thing you have to be willing to sacrifice is who you are right now. I know, that sounds super dramatic, right? Let your current identity die, but it's absolutely crucial. Think about it. The version of you that hits snooze, the one that doubts every move, the one who waits to feel motivated before starting, that person isn't going to build wealth. It's just not going to happen. That identity has to go.
So the big question is, how do you actually do that? Well, it breaks down into 3 simple but not easy steps. First, you have to accept that you don't know everything. Get that ego out of the way. Second, be humble enough to actually learn, to listen, to admit when you're wrong. And finally, you have to be firm enough to act. Not just think about it, but actually do the thing, without second guessing.
And building this new mindset means you have to give up some things you're probably clinging to. You've got to sacrifice your pride, the thing that stops you from asking for help. You have to let go of that emotional fragility that makes you fall apart after one setback. You absolutely have to ditch your need for motivation. And you even have to give up your need for constant peace of mind. Because let's be real growth is messy and chaotic. This quote just says it perfectly. Discipline does not ask how you feel, it demands that you act. That right there is the difference between an amateur and a pro. Motivation? It's a feeling. It comes and goes. Discipline? That's a system. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired or scared or just not feeling it today. It just demands that you act. That's what drives real progress.
All right, so once you start winning that internal war, the battlefront shifts. It moves outward into your world. And trust me, the changes you make on the inside are going to radically, completely change everything on the outside. Your friends, your schedule, how you spend every single hour. First up, your social life. It's going to look totally different. You'll stop looking for just company, friends who just offer comfort and help pass the time. Instead, you'll start seeking evolution. You'll find yourself drawn to peers who are all about purpose, people who push you. Your circle might get smaller, but man, will it get stronger. Next on the chopping block, your time. More specifically, your free time. This is where the rubber really meets the road. The rule is deceptively simple. Find a block of time every single day and dedicate it to building. No distractions. Let's start with a number, 3 hours a day. Now, 3 hours a day might not sound like a lot, but you do that for 10 years, that is where the magic happens. Look, doing it for a week is a hobby. Doing it for a month is a good start, but doing it consistently for a decade, that's how you become unrecognizable. Success isn't one big burst of effort. It's thousands of small ones stacked on top of each other. So what are you actually giving up during those 3 hours? What does that sacrifice look like? Well, it's saying no to immediate pleasure, like random online shopping.
It's letting go of that need for social validation, posting for likes. It's ditching the false comfort of job stability. It's turning off the mindless entertainment. And yeah, it's giving up that excessive rest, those extra hours of sleep you don't actually need.
And here's the thing about this path. It's quiet. At first, nobody's going to notice. There aren't any flashy cars or Instagram posts to show off. It's all happening behind the scenes. While everyone else is out there spending money to look rich, you're in the trenches, silently building to actually be rich.
Which brings us to the end game, the whole point of all this. All this sacrifice, this internal war, this external battle. It's not just about stacking up cash in a bank account. No, you're buying something so much more valuable.
The payoff is real freedom. What is that? It's the freedom to own your time 100%. It's the freedom to decide what you work on, where you live, what your day looks like. It's the freedom to build a life of growth and expansion, not just one of getting by and surviving. So take a good look at this. This is your life in 10 years. There are two paths, and only two. The path of sacrifice at the top, yeah, it's hard now, but it leads to real freedom. Then there's the path of comfort at the bottom. It feels so easy today, right? But look where it ends. Regret. There's no third option.
And let's be crystal clear about something. The difference between these two destinies has nothing to do with luck. It's not about being born with some special talent or coming from the right background. It all comes down to the renunciations, the little sacrifices you're willing to accept today, starting now.
And this is something to burn into your brain. Nobody became extraordinary by choosing the easy way. Think about that. Every single person you look up to in any field got to where they are because they consistently chose the hard road, the path of growth, instead of the easy street of temporary comfort. So after all that, it really just boils down to one simple question. Are you willing to pay the price? You've seen the cost, and you've seen the reward. Look, the world is absolutely full of people who want the prize but aren't willing to pay for it. The only thing left is for you to decide which group you're in. The choice is 100% yours.